You won't believe what just happened inside one of the most powerful churches in the country. Bishop Wooden has just drawn a line in the sand declaring he won't be manipulated. And insiders say this could change everything. But what really triggered this explosive showdown? Stay tuned because the truth behind the headlines is far more shocking than anyone expected. Imagine a church where power, influence, and loyalty collide. Bishop Wooden, a figure respected by thousands, has publicly announced that he will not be manipulated. But this isn't just a simple statement. Behind the scenes, sources reveal tension, disagreements, and events that most of the public has never seen. In this video, we will uncover the full story behind Bishop Wooden's shocking declaration. You will hear about the events that led to this moment, the people involved, and the implications for his church and community. You won't believe what happened next, and the details we're about to reveal may change the way you see everything about this situation. From insider accounts to verified facts, we will break down everything you need to know. This is where it gets interesting, so make sure you stay until the end to see the revelations that no one else is talking about. Bishop Wooden is not just a pastor. He is a leader with influence that reaches far beyond the walls of his church. Known for his charismatic sermons and community initiatives, he has built a reputation over decades as a voice of authority in religious circles. But with influence comes scrutiny. Behind the public image, sources say there have been long-standing power struggles within his organization, conflicts that most congregants never see. The tension stems from multiple angles. Certain members of his church leadership allegedly tried to steer decisions, influence public statements, and even manipulate financial and administrative matters. According to insiders, Bishop Wooden noticed patterns that he could no longer ignore. This isn't just about internal disagreements. It's about maintaining integrity and ensuring that the mission of the church is not compromised by hidden agendas. Experts who follow religious leadership dynamics say situations like this are far from uncommon. When a leader stands their ground, it often exposes deeper fractures in the organization. And in Bishop Wooden's case, sources suggest that his recent declaration, "I will not be manipulated," was not spontaneous. It came after months of calculated observation, careful reflection, and perhaps even confrontation with those attempting to influence him. But here's the part that shocks everyone who knows the story. While most think this is about internal politics, there is a more personal, almost hidden factor that pushed Bishop Wooden to speak out publicly. Details about this hidden trigger are scarce, but those who witnessed it say it could redefine how the church operates going forward. The story is only beginning, and what happened next is where the real controversy starts to unfold. In the next section, we will explore the incident that sparked Bishop Wooden's public stance and why it has everyone talking. The event that triggered Bishop Wooden's public declaration did not happen overnight. According to multiple insiders, it was the culmination of months, if not years, of subtle pressure, behind-the-scenes maneuvering, and attempts to influence his decisions. While the church is often seen as a sanctuary of peace and guidance, those close to the situation reveal a different reality, a series of conflicts that threatened not just the leadership, but the very direction of the organization. Sources say that one particularly tense meeting set the stage for what would become a defining moment. During this gathering, certain members of the church leadership allegedly presented proposals that seemed benign on the surface, but were in fact designed to shift power and control. Some of these proposals involved administrative authority, decision-making rights, and financial oversight. According to witnesses, Bishop Wooden immediately recognized the underlying agenda. What makes this incident even more shocking is how public the reaction became. A recording of a portion of this meeting reportedly leaked, showing Bishop Wooden calmly, but firmly rejecting manipulative suggestions while calling out subtle attempts at coercion. His words were precise and deliberate. He emphasized the importance of transparency, honesty, and staying true to the mission of the church. Those present say that his tone left no room for debate, making it clear that manipulation would no longer be tolerated under his leadership. But there's more to the story than just a heated meeting. Some insiders hint at personal threats and emotional pressure that Bishop Wooden had been enduring for months. These pressures weren't widely known to the public, but reportedly involved attempts to tarnish his reputation, control messaging, and even influence spiritual guidance within the congregation. By speaking out, Bishop Wooden took a bold risk, one that could have divided the church, yet also solidified his authority. Experts in religious leadership explain that moments like this are pivotal. When a leader confronts manipulation head-on, it can either fracture the organization or strengthen it, depending on how the message is received. In Bishop Wooden's case, early reactions from congregants and the public have been overwhelmingly supportive. Many see this as a stand for integrity, truth, and unwavering leadership. But here's the shocking twist that most people don't know yet. According to insiders, the meeting was only the beginning. There are whispers of deeper conflicts, hidden agendas, and potential power struggles that could surface in the coming months. Bishop Wooden's declaration, while firm in public, may have opened the door to a larger controversy that no one outside the inner circle fully understands. To truly understand the gravity of Bishop Wooden's declaration, it's important to look at the people involved in the hidden agendas that have been simmering behind the scenes. Every organization has its influencers, but in this case, insiders reveal a network of individuals whose ambitions may have clashed with Bishop Wooden's vision for the church. First, there are members of the senior leadership team, individuals who have long held positions of authority, some of whom have personal ambitions that may not always align with the church's mission. According to sources, a few of them had been quietly attempting to consolidate power by influencing decisions on staffing, financial management, and public messaging. While on the surface, their proposals seemed routine, Bishop Wooden identified them as subtle forms of control that could undermine his leadership. Then there are external influencers, people outside the church who have stakes in its operations. These may include donors, advisors, and community figures whose support comes with expectations. Some insiders claim that pressure from these external forces intensified over time, creating a climate where Bishop Wooden had to take a firm public stance. The tension wasn't just internal. It had layers that spanned influence, finances, and even spiritual guidance. What makes this situation even more complex is the role of loyalty and trust. In any organization, loyalty can be a double-edged sword. Those who were expected to be allies sometimes became sources of conflict. According to some insiders, a small group of trusted advisors attempted to sway decisions in ways that contradicted Bishop Wooden's principles. The revelation of this betrayal reportedly played a crucial role in his decision to speak out. But here's where it gets even more interesting. While most of these conflicts were subtle and hidden from the public eye, some members of the church and the wider community were beginning to notice unusual patterns, sudden changes in leadership roles, decisions that seemed out of step with previous policies, and public statements that hinted at disagreement behind the scenes. These small signs, which many may have overlooked, were actually indicators of deeper tensions that culminated in Bishop Wooden's bold declaration. According to leadership experts, situations like this often reveal a test of character. When a figure like Bishop Wooden stands firm against manipulation, it sends a strong message not just to the immediate circle of influencers, but to the entire community. It asserts authority, establishes boundaries, and reinforces the values of transparency and integrity. Yet, insiders warn that the ripple effects could be unpredictable. Conflicts that have been simmering quietly may now escalate, especially if those with hidden agendas feel exposed or challenged. And here's the suspenseful part. Some insiders suggest that there may be even more players involved, individuals whose identities are not yet known publicly, who could emerge and further complicate the situation. Once Bishop Wooden made his public declaration, the reaction was immediate and intense. Inside the church, members were reportedly divided, though most seemed to rally behind his stand. According to insiders, congregants expressed a mix of shock, admiration, and curiosity. Many had never seen such a direct confrontation of manipulation, especially from someone in such a prominent position. The declaration wasn't just words. It was a signal that the leadership would no longer tolerate hidden agendas or covert influence. Social media quickly became a reflection of the controversy. Followers, critics, and curious observers flooded platforms with opinions. Supporters praised Bishop Wooden for his courage, calling him a leader who is unafraid to speak the truth. Comments ranged from, "Finally someone in power who stands up for integrity," to "This is exactly why we trust him with our spiritual guidance." These positive reactions highlighted that many members of the public value transparency and accountability above all else. However, not all responses were supportive. Some critics accused Bishop Wooden of overreacting or creating unnecessary drama. Certain commentators questioned whether his declaration would destabilize the leadership structure of the church. Others speculated that the public statement might be a preemptive defense against rumored internal conflicts.